Hello YouTube, Ken Harrow here with another Black Desert Online video for you. And in today's video, we're going to be going over Thieves Encyclopedia, which is one of the adventure log sets of books, and there are 5 books, or 6 books, sorry, that you can do. And if you're wondering who Thieves is, here's this beautiful specimen of a man, I think, thing that you can see on your screen right now. Very attractive indeed. And he's located in Altinova. He's actually the storage manager for Altinova. And if you go there, you can check him out. Apparently there's a quest that you need to get from the Black Spirit before you start, but you can just head to Altinova and start that over there. Now, this is not going to be a step-by-step micromanagement, hand-holdy kind of video, because this is not the kind of quest or adventure that you can finish within half an hour, leaving your YouTube tab open. This is more of a like sit down for a few hours, maybe a couple of days, before I can finish this. It took me about 8 hours to complete mine, but that's because I was not 100% prepared. What I will do is put a couple of links down in the descriptions. One is for one actual website that has a guide, a step-by-step hand-holdy guide, where you can see all the materials that you're going to need to complete this thing, and also a link to BDO Codex, which is where you can see where you can actually find all those items that you're going to need for Thieves Encyclopedia. Now, the reason why I'm actually making this video, even though I'm going to put a guide in the description, is because that guide and all the other guides that I've seen in English and some in Korean as well are not 100% update or correct. So I wanted to make this video so that I can help you out. So this video is going to be, although the footage is going to be showing a little more step-by-step process, I'm going to be, the voiceover is going to be more of tips and tricks and corrections and notes and observations that I made in my however many 8 hours, 7 hours, whatever it took me to finish this. And as to why you would want to do Thieves Encyclopedia, and there are really 2 main rewards, one more for old players, for veteran players, and one more for new players. The newer player one is a free pet. You got a Desert Fox. I don't know if I necessarily recommend this, because it's going to take you, as a new player, it's going to take you a lot of time to get the pet. You might as well just grind and try to buy one from the market. But you know, if you don't have other ways to getting a pet, this might be a way to get one, to get the 5 pet set that you need to grind efficiently as a new player. But for the veteran player, you get 1 extra sheet AP, which is going to let you or help you push the next bracket. Hopefully that's why I did mine. I was stuck at 268 and I wanted to push to 269. But if you're a new player, the 1 AP, the 1 extra AP is not going to really help you that much for the amount of time that's going to take you to complete this quest. So just wait until you're on the upper AP bracket. Something like 250, 260 probably is where this is going to really come in handy, because when you get to 260, it starts to get really hard to get any extra APs. Now, all the Thieves Encyclopedia involves really is for you to gather items from all over the world and just show him, bring him to Thieves and show them to him. Now, important to notice here that I said show and not give it to him, which means that any items that you do purchase or gather yourself, you will be able to resell it to the market or use it however you want them. So that's really good. You're not going to really be spending money. It might seem expensive at first as you go through the list, but you will be able to actually use those items yourself once you show it to him. I would recommend that you don't start doing this until you have about 200 million in the bank, because there are a couple of items they're going to need to buy that are quite expensive, and also some about 10 CP maybe, so that you can have access to some of the workshops that you might need if you do not have things for sale on the market that you need. You might have to craft them yourself. That happened to me with a few items. And that's another thing, your region and your market in your region is going to really affect how quickly you can do this. If you're able to buy everything from the market, you can finish this in probably 1 day. But if you have to go ahead and craft and find some of the things yourself, you are not going to be able to easily finish this quickly. So keep that in mind. And I guess one more thing here is don't even start this until you have your Soiled Ogre Ring, which is something you're going to need for the actual part where you get the AP. Book 5 has a chapter that will give you the +1 AP, and that is the part that is going to require you to gather, I believe, 4 or 5 ogre related items, and one of them is going to be a Soiled Ogre Ring that you get from killing ogres in Mansha Forest, and that can take you anywhere. I think it took me about 2 hours to get it. I heard people taking 6 hours to get it, so I would get that before I even started the book if I were you, so they don't get frustrated. So the first chapter is pretty easy. Just bring some ores. You can buy all the ores from the market, probably just get some things like iron and zinc and lead and all those kind of ores. Nothing major to talk about here, pretty self-explanatory. Then the next stage would be probably the coins, ancient coins you need to get. I need to get 4 of the coins. My initial plan was to go gather coins in Pirate Island, which I know you can easily get at least 3 different kinds of coins there, I believe. And also by killing the boat in the ocean, you can also get coins, and doing some daily quests from Orkila Island. You also get some coins there. The next part with the gold bar, I believe. And when it comes to the gold bars, you can easily get you can actually get all the gold bars from Deeves himself and just buy from them, show it to him, and then sell it to him. That way, you are going to lose some money if you do that. The way I did it was I have alts doing world bosses every day, and if you've been doing world bosses, you've probably gathered at least 3 gold bars from killing bosses. If you're doing it for a while, if you haven't been doing it, you should be doing it, because doing world bosses really is beneficial. It gives a lot of good rewards. And so I got 3 of those. The 4th bar that I needed was I just got a bar gold ingot, which you can do craft through processing the carrot, or you can just buy it from the market, or you can just gather some water from any river and then just filter the water. I believe you get gold powder from there, and you can melt that into gold shards, and then you can process further to make it 1 gold bar, and again you can sell it to the market after. And the 5th gold bar that I got was actually a Bartali gold, and I had a couple laying around because I had a level 16 character that had just started on alt. So if you're looking for another bar and you don't want to spend a couple billion buying one of the other bars that Deeves has, you can always start a character, maybe play 10 minutes with the alt, and it should get you long enough into the game to get 1 gold bar, 1 Bartali gold bars, which is what the newbie quests, the starter quests, will give you. Now, the part that gave me the most trouble was actually getting the flowers, because all the guys that I saw in English were actually wrong. They gave you a huge list of flowers that they said you could use, including cotton and linen flowers and mushroom flowers and all sorts of flowers. I spent a good half an hour buying flowers that in the end did not help me at all. So I'm going to tell you what I used. And I actually bought 11 flowers. That's when I finally was able to complete that part, the chapter. So clearly one of those is extra, because you only need 10 flowers. But since there's no way for me to go back and check which one is the extra one, I'm just going to tell you all the ones I got. So what I used was a yellow flower, violet flower, blue flower, and sky blue flower. All those are from Camasylvia. And then a regular fireflake flower and a high-grade fireflake flower. And then I use a rose, Vedalona flower, which is also from Camasylvia, sunflower, tulip, and an Audria. So you can try those, and the footage is also listing the flowers in case you couldn't hear me. Just go back and check the footage, or listen to me talking again. But the flowers on the places where the guides that I found online are not helpful, and is why I thought it was a good idea for me to make a video on Deeves Encyclopedia. But once you get past the flowers, then you get the furniture section. And as far as the furniture goes, those are kind of simple. Again, you might have to craft some if your market is not full of chairs, but I was able to buy I bought 2 of them from the furniture NPC, and then I bought another 4 from the market, and then the 7th one I actually got also from the market, but that was the Krios fishing chair. I didn't think it was gonna work, but I guess the Krios fishing chair also worked. And then continue with the furniture path here. The next step will probably be the beds and the chandeliers. The chandeliers are pretty easy. You can get them from the vendor in Calphion. Her name is Annabella Bellucci. You can just search for Annabella or Bellucci on your NPC finder, and it should bring you right to her. She sells, I believe, 4 chandeliers. There's 4 or 5. I bought 4 of them just in case one of them did not work. Just buy a handful of chandeliers. And then for the beds, again, you might find them in the market. I had to actually play the Amity game with the furniture vendor in Calphion and in Heidel to get 2 of the beds. The next step should be fairly easy, assuming that your market or your server has hunters going around and hunting things and making the animal stuffed heads, because you need 3 blue stuffed animal heads that is they are acquired through hunting. If your server is short on hunters, then you might have a problem. I was able to just buy them from the market. If you can't, then you're gonna have to level up hunting, or buy the green ones for the market and craft them yourself. Now, as far as gathering the corals goes, I just use the corals that I got from doing Khan and Vel on my guild. I use the green and the blue and then the rainbow corals. I believe that's what they're called. You can just buy them from the market. I'm pretty sure other corals work as well. According to the guide, you can also use red and blue and purple coral. And then fishing rods, nothing special with the fishing rods. You can just get any fishing rods, really. Even the white ones will work. As long as there are 3 different ones, that they cannot be enhanced, they have to be a base. All the items for this should be a base. And then there's 7 underwater items. They are pretty easy to get as well, just a little time consuming. You have to go to Glish, the Glish area, and there's a Naga swamp and a Fogan swamp in there, and you gotta go and grind those until you get their webbed feet, 1 from each. And then you have to go to Desert Nagas as well. well and get one of their feet. And then you combine that with 4 potions that you can easily buy from the market. Those are the underwater breathing potions. There's 4 versions of them. 2 of them are party versions and 2 of them are regular versions. Now, green and blue quality. While in English, though, I recommend that you get the bronze key quest English. There's an NPC there, and you'll be able to get a quest from him, and they'll kill some orcs in the orc camp west of Glish and bring the tooth back to him, and he'll give you a bronze key, because you're going to need 3 keys for one of the next chapters. And I just use the bronze key from the quest. I use silver key that you can get from fishing or from the market, and then a gold key which you can get from trading with the NPC Morko. You get 100 silver keys, and you find Morko, and he will trade 100 silver keys for the 1 gold key. Now, the important thing is that in order for you to see the quest from Morko, you need to have at least 1 silver key with you. Then another part that gave me a little bit of trouble was the traps. The next part, you gotta craft, or you gotta bring 4 traps and 1 of the ropes in the game. I ended up having to build the 4 traps in the Siege Workshop in Altanova, and buy the capturing rope from the stable NPC. Now, as far as the items to the change of appearance, you need to get 3 items for appearance, and that gave me a little bit of a hard time because the silk honeygrass was not available in my server, except even the lowest tier was not available, so I ended up having to go get one. And then I also went to the trade manager in Glish. He gives you the Fogan skin oil, or you can buy the Fogan skin oil from the trade manager in Glish. Although you do need to have the trading at skilled 5 in order for you to be able to buy the Fogan skin oil. So if you do not have that, then your options are going to be to get different tiers of quality of the silk honeygrass. And the other item that you can use is the Loria's hand mirror. And if you do not have that, you can craft that in Florin 1.3. The thing I want to point out about the Fogan skin oil, the trade manager item, and that applies for all the other ones, all the other trade items as well, is that you can use them even if they expire. And then moving on to that, you got another trade item here with the love items. So you get a love potion, which you can get from Lolly, the trade manager in Olvia, and you can use a rose and a perfume of courage. I recommend that you just use the perfume of courage and the rose. You should be able to buy it from the market, not go all the way to Olvia to get a love potion. But if for some reason the perfume of courage is not available in your server, by all means go to Olvia. And then the loneliness part is easy. Just get alcohol. Any alcohol will do. You can probably find those in abundance from the marketplace. The items of energy, if the Herculemite sets are easily available in your server in the market, I recommend you just buy 4 of them and then just create 3 energy potions, or buy 3 energy potions from the market if you don't have any energy to use. And then the part that actually matters for most people, that's book 5, the ogre items. So you're gonna need 1 ogre excrement. That's from the trade manager in Western Guard Camp, which is west of Velia. And don't be like me and wonder for 5 minutes why you cannot buy the trade item from him. You actually have to invest some contribution points in the node to be able to purchase the ogre excrement. And then the ogre ring, there should be plenty in the market for you to buy. And then of course the soiled ogre ring. This is going to be probably the worst part of this. The whole series of books, you're going to have to go to Muncha Forest west of Calfian and grind there for probably a couple of hours, and then just get an ogre blood from the market, and you should be good to go. And at this point, if you're just here for the +1 AP, you can stop. If you're going to keep going, then you get the end of chapter 5, book 5. Just need 2 items with memory on them. You can use trace of memory and a memory fragment. For the 5 of the hottest items in the world part, just get any item with the word sun in them. And then for the fortune teller part, those are just different qualities of the fortune teller mushroom and its hypha. From the items that are made from dirt, I bought them from the market, so check them in the market. But if they are not in the market, you can build the vases in English ceramic workshop. For the last book, 5 of any items that have the word pure on them, I use the pure crystal, the pure metal crystals. And for the items that make you look rich, you can use either the male or female version of the Calfian outfit, the costume. And you can, if you cannot find those in the market, you can craft them in Calfian costume workshop. And then you need to get the All's tier and a tier of the Great Ocean. You can buy the All's tier from the materials vendor, and the tier of the Great Ocean might be available in your marketplace. It was in mine. You can check it out. Now, the Promise of Eternal Friendship was the most difficult part of this chapter 6, this book 6, and that's because of the Seal of Promise, which is one of the requirements in all the guides that I checked, is no longer available in game. So I was trying to figure out a way to get him for a while, but it turns out that they also changed the book Thieves Encyclopedia. They no longer need the Seal of Promise. All you need now is an earring called Token of Friendship, and you should be able to easily get that from the marketplace. And then finally, the very last part of Thieves Encyclopedia is 5 items that thieves like, and most of them are easily acquired, or they're all easily acquired really. You need a honey wine, a soaring wings elixir, which you can buy those 2 from the market easily, and then a flare, which you can craft from the siege weapons workshop, again in Altanova. I recommend you craft there. And then 2 tools that you should also craft in Altanova, because it's for easy of turning them in. And there's a transparent empty bottle and a lucky sharp tanning knife. The guide says sharp steel tanning knife, but it just has to be a green quality lucky tanning knife, sharp tanning knife. But yeah, that is pretty much all that you have to do. And then once you complete those stages, once you complete the noble dress stage, you're going to get a crown from your Black Spirit. And then once you complete the book, you can get the quest from the Black Spirit again and complete it with Thieves to get your Desert Fox from Thieves. But yeah, I hope that this helped clarify any questions or doubts that you had about Thieves Encyclopedia. I was particularly stuck with the flower part, like I said, and the promise, the token of promise, or the eternal friendship promise part, and it took me quite a while to grind the ogre. So I hope you can go out there and get the extra AP and the fox without any problems. And if you liked the video and thought it was informative, I would appreciate it if you could hit that like button. If you want to see more video content from me, don't forget to subscribe, and also come join our Discord community and our Twitch stream. Links for all those things down below. And stay tuned for the next video. Next week is going to be the Black Star Armor quest run through, so check that out if you're interested. And with all that said, that's going to be it from me for now, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.